So today we're counting down my top 10 favorite actors of all time. This is my personal list. This is a biased list, and every man on this list I think is an absolute legend. So let's get to it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Backtrack Cinema. My name is Jason, and we're doing my top 10 favorite actors of all time today. And this is a collaboration with good friends, good buddies, Bryan Lomax, Jack Petrie at Jack Petrie Reviews, and Clayton at Ages of Film YouTube channel. We've all been collaborating. We did our top 10 actresses, our top 10 directors. This is the final video, guys. Our top 10 actors. This will be our final collaboration, probably for a while, as far as I know anyway. I will be collaborating with Jack in the future and Clayton in the future at some point. So go check their videos out. If you haven't already, go check their channels out. All their YouTube channels will be in the description below. Chances are you've already watched them because we start at 3 in the afternoon and go right to 6, which you're watching yours truly. And just remember, as always, this is just my list, my personal list. These aren't the best actors, although there are some really good actors on this. This is my favorite actors. People who just struck a chord with me, who people who I absolutely love. So I would like to hear your list. So let me know in the comments below who you think are the top 10 best actors, or even better, your favorite actors, people you just absolutely love to watch time and time again. So let's get into the ranking, guys. So kicking off the list at number 10 is Christian Bale.
Oh, look, detective's on the scene. Oh, I want this one out. We'll get to the bottom of this. Figure this one out, huh?
Christian Bale is what I like to call the chameleon of this group. And you know what? Probably the best actor on my list, or at least in the top 3, if I was going by that. But this man, just whether he's bulking up for Batman or wasting away in The Machinist, you know what I mean? Which is a very good movie, by the way. Everyone should check out the thriller, The Machinist. Excellent work there. But I just love this guy's movies, whether it's the Batman trilogy. I think he made a great Bruce Wayne and a Batman, you know what I mean? But I love The Prestige, the Ford v Ferrari. And I'm still one of the few people who still hasn't seen American Psycho, and I hear his performance is fantastic in that. But as far as acting goes, I would probably say his best performance is The Fighter. And he's like a supporting role in that. The way he played that character just blew my mind, man. He was that character. And like many other roles he does, he's the character. You only see the character. You don't see Christian Bale, right? When you see the end credits of The Fighter, it's incredible. When you see the real person and Christian Bale's performance side by side, it's identical almost. Absolutely unbelievable. And he's just an actor he's an actor's actor, man. Like, he always brings his A game no matter what he's doing, it seems like. And he makes good movies. I mean, I could definitely go on a marathon of Christian Bale movies. So coming at number 9 is Andy Serkis.
A better world will emerge out of the blood and carnage of the past. A world founded upon faith.
Andy Serkis, the king of the motion capture. I doubt he's going to be on any of the other guys' lists. And, I doubt he'd be on anybody's list, but I had to go with my heart here. I mean, Andy Serkis deserves a lot more credit, and he should have got a freaking Oscar for playing Caesar in War of the Planet of the Apes. It's just it's criminal. That's all we can say. I just don't understand. We don't need a motion capture category in the Oscars. They should be recognized, especially with all the CGI characters coming out all the time. The performance is adding to the CGI, the digital character, not the other way around. It all starts with the character, the performance, and Andy Serkis has played some of my favorite characters. Other than Rocky as a character, Caesar is my favorite movie character of all time. I love Caesar from the Apes trilogy. There's such an underrated character, performance, a set of movies. Unbelievable. What he did as Gollum in Lord of the Rings, his work on Kong is unbelievable. The way he just brought so much emotion to Kong, and you could get a sense of what Kong was feeling all the time, even though he couldn't, he can't speak human language like human words or anything. But This guy deserves so much more attention, and he's been played character in the Marvel universe. He's Alfred and in the Batman. So the guy can really, really act. If he doesn't do anything really, really great, these are career defining characters that are going to live on forever. And he played Snoke too in the new Star Wars, The Force Awakens and stuff. And he it's too bad they just killed Snoke off, because I think he was an excellent character actually that had a lot of promise. But respect, mad respect for Andy Serkis, man. Coming at number 8 is Kiefer Sutherland.
You are going to tell me everything I want to know. I swear to God, I will hurt you before I kill you. And no one will stop me. Do you understand me?
Man, one thing comes to mind when I think of Kiefer Sutherland, man. Raw intensity. Powerful, powerful actor, man. Great, great, great character actor, but you can throw him in the lead as well. 24, Jack Bauer. This is what I think of when I think of this guy. That's his career-defining stuff. I know it's TV, but he played this character for like 10 years. And it's one of my easily my favorite TV character of all time. One of my favorite characters in anything. He's one of the biggest badasses, Jack Bauer, you'll ever see on a movie or TV. He's just absolutely incredible. You really get raw intensity, emotion with this character of Jack Bauer. Like, go through the seasons, man. See his character. I would not want to be strapped in an interrogation chair with that man looking down at me. You get some really great cult classics like Stand By Me and The Lost Boys. Flatliners is one of my favorites from Kiefer Sutherland. I absolutely love that movie. Great little flick. You get the Young Guns movies, An Eye for an Eye, where he plays the guy who raped the young girl. I mean, just evil. He can play just menacing evil too. And there's one Western he did called The Forsaken, where he's this like this ex-hitman kind of thing. And he's kind of like forget the past. He's trying to move on. And him and his father played in it together.
I killed a boy, Pop. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You don't have to do anything.
Donald Sutherland himself played in it, where Donald Sutherland's the priest and his son comes home who's, has got this really rotten, evil past, you know what I mean? But actually really, really good performance though by Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland's always giving you a great performance, so I just had to have him on here. Coming at number 7 is Al Pacino.
Get on with your life, would you?
What life? I got no life! I'm in the dark here! Do you understand? I'm in the dark!
This guy's just a powerhouse performer, man. Hooah! There's so many iconic characters. I mean, from Scent of a Woman to Scarface, The Godfather, Heat. It just goes on and on with this guy. He had a run and was just tearing it up with movies, man. Really typecast to those mobster movies, but he plays it so well. So intense. What he does with his eyes, his body language, his voice. When his voice he'd like scream. You know what I mean? And Scent of a Woman is still my favorite performance by him. I don't know if that's a hot take or whatever. I think he won the Oscar for that. I just love that character of Colonel Frank Slade, man. I mean, that scene where he's ready to kill himself and Charlie comes in and stops him. And he says, you still have a life. And he's just like, what life? I don't have a life. I'm in the dark. I just love it. And I love quoting movie lines, guys. He's just amazing. And Michael Corleone is a more, I find it's a real big build and subtle. But when you get to that end of the movie, you're just like, wow, what a performer. Right? Way he plays off other actors too, like Robert De Niro in Heat. That was just legendary stuff in that movie. But Al Pacino, man, doesn't get better than him. As far as talent, innate talent, like natural talent, man. Wow. Guy's just amazing. Coming at number 6 is Russell Crowe.
Do you not see it? The only things that keep this little wooden world together are hard work, discipline.
Jack, the man failed to salute.
For God's sake, Stephen, there's hierarchies even in nature, as you've often said yourself.
There is no disdain in nature. There is no humiliation.
Men must be governed.
Russell Crowe is just amazing, man. He's locked in, has depth, has given us so many great movies. It's definitely geared for real masculine style characters. I mean, you put him into all sorts of period pieces, no problem. Like with Master and Commander, Gladiator, 310 to Yuma, where it's a Western. Going back to the Depression era with Cinderella Man. The Nice Guys, where he plays this really big burly guy who's tough, but you see the softer side to him. The man just has a lot of depth, and I love so many of his characters in movies. Master and Commander is one of my favorite, and for me, that's his best performance. I won't argue that Gladiator. People are like, yeah, my favorite character, my favorite performance by Crow, but Master and Commander, I just feel like he's just doing a lot more, but more subtle stuff in it. Like if you look at his character in Master and Commander, he this leader who's torn between what his duty is and to his friend and friendship, like duty and friendship, and the way he's navigating all through that, and the subtle performance he gives when he's out with his men or sees his men get hurt, and it's kind of more of a subtle performance, but I just love the character so much. He's tough, but he's not a tyrant, you know what I mean? I completely buy into all his performances for the most part. I just absolutely love Russell Crowe. Coming at number 5 is a living legend, Clint Eastwood.
God, this is a mistake already.
I'm listening, boss.
If I take you on, you don't say anything, you don't question me.
From spaghetti westerns to gritty thrillers, Clint Eastwood has done it all, guys. He has done it all. I mean, his scowl alone could win an Oscar. He's not just an actor, man. He is a symbol of American cinema, and you can't sleep on his directing. He's one of the best directors. In fact, he's the only guy on this list, or on any list, who made my top 10 directors, my top 10 action stars, and now my top 10 actors. I absolutely love Clint Eastwood. Love, The Outlaw Josie Wales. Love Gran Torino. $1 Million Baby was just immaculate performance, man. Immaculate. Just loved him in that movie. And then the action stuff, like the Dirty Harry franchise. I loved him in The Rookie, In the Line of Fire, those kind of thrillers. He just, he's got westerns nailed down. He's got cops nailed down. He's just so good at that stuff. He's got everything. The one-liners, the toughness. He's just a living legend, this guy. I just love Clint Eastwood. Coming at number 4 is John Candy.
I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. Because I'm the real article.
This man is the heart of comedy. There's something so magical about watching John Candy. I don't know if it's the nostalgia, the Canadian thing. I do not know, but the way his warmness, his lovability, how genuine his was just bled into our lives and onto the screen is just, it brings a tear to your eye, some of his movies at the end.
A gold medal is a wonderful thing. But if you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it.
And, obviously he died way too young, you know what I mean? But I just love, like, Uncle Buck, the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and even the smaller roles like in Splash and Stripes. What he did was, he steals the show for a lot of the movies. The Great Outdoors is absolutely hilarious, but one a lot of people sleep on is Only the Lonely. It's his rom-com with Ali Sheedy, where he falls in love with Ali Sheedy. He's got a controlling mother and Maureen O'Hara. Fantastic film. So some of his best acting in that film. I mean, he just gives you so much emotion, and there's just so much love just coming off him. You know what I mean? He was he's just a genuine man. Just a great, great, great man who was just gone way too soon. He truly was the funniest man I've ever seen, just because of his character and his delivery and everything. His laugh could just make me cry, man. Cry in laughter. Just love this man. I absolutely love John Candy.
Well, I'm still $1 million shy of being a millionaire. You see, if you don't make calls, you don't make any sales.
Coming at number 3 is Kurt Russell.
Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world.
Out of everyone on this list, this is the most underrated guy on this list. I mean, the movies this man has done, so much screen presence, so much charisma. He can play off so many other actors. And a lot of times he'll steal the rug right from you. Kurt Russell is just amazing. I mean, I love The Thing, obviously. His role as Wyatt Earp in Tombstone. Breakdown, that late 90s thriller he's great in. I love Big Trouble in Little China. You could almost put Kurt Russell in almost anything. He's that good of an actor. I mean, in The Miracle, where he plays a hockey coach. Tombstone, like I've already said, he plays an old lawman. Big Trouble in Little China, he's an action star, but he's a really flawed one. He's always messing up in that, and it's so hilarious to watch. The psychopath in something like Death Proof, but you just love the guy. He chews up the screen so easily. Or then when comedies like Overboard and Captain Ron, he just turns into these characters. He has played so many characters and so many personality types. He's been in the business ever since he was a kid. One of my son's favorites is The Christmas Chronicles, where he played Santa. And let's just face it, Kurt Russell is the best Santa ever, man. The jail scene where he's just rocking the house with the blues, that was amazing. My son and I, we just love watching that every year. It was an instant classic when I watched it. And it's just a shame that he just never got the Oscar recognition for anything. And it's really is the roles. He's like the king of cult classics, right? It's just, he just never, I think maybe The Miracle was the closest thing that was Oscar friendly, I guess. It's too bad he never got that role. And I know, I haven't seen Silkwood, but Meryl Streep says he's one of the best actors she's ever worked with. Like, he's just so underrated. That it's coming from Meryl Streep. Just love Kurt Russell, man. So good. Such a great genre actor, too. Coming at number 2 is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know now why you cry. But it's something I can never do.
Arnold is an absolute legend of charisma, man. The man has made so many great movies, and like I said, a top 10 favorite actors list, not best. He wouldn't be on this list if it was a best actors, my favorite. And I just watch his movies over and over and over. I mean, from Terminator, Predator, Total Recall, Conan, T2, Commando. I mean, the list goes on and on. When I was a kid growing up in the 80s, he was just a larger-than-life character, and he redefined action in a lot of ways in the action heroes he played. If we are talking performance, though, and acting, you know, he did a zombie film, kind of a grounded one called Maggie, that I thought he was quite good in with his acting. And I want to defend Predator a bit here. Even though Predator starts off as this schlocky, 80s cheesy, over-the-top action, buff man, testosterone, it's great, right? But there's a moment where it turns. And you can see Arnold, like, I really love his performance. I mean, I think Dutch is one of his best characters. You saw Arnold show fear. And I thought he showed it quite well in that.
Dylan, better get on a radio. Mac. Sergeant. Yes, sir. I want a defensive position above that ridge. Mine with everything we've got.
And I think he used to talk, him and Carl Weathers on set, and Carl Weathers was really coaching him along, almost like an acting coach, because he really wanted to do a good job in this movie to maybe break away from that, you know, that Commando style, I'm just an action cartoon tearing it up, right? But you really look at the facial expressions of the fear he shows, he's quite good in it, right? And I think Terminator is this career-defining role for him. I mean, he just played the Terminator in 1 perfectly, and number 2, he's just as good. You know what I mean? But his movies just are larger than life. You don't get better blockbuster entertainment action movies than Arnold. He's just awesome. And coming in at number 1 is Sylvester Stallone.
You come around here, you want to move in here with me? Come on in, it's a nice house. Real nice, come on in and move. It stinks.
Hey, look, man, he's Rocky, he's Rambo. Stallone gave us grit, heart, and determination. I mean, his struggle from actor to Oscar nominee mirrors his most iconic character in Rocky. Like, there was always a parallel with Rocky and Stallone throughout his career, never giving up. That's his motto, always giving us the hero and the hero's ending, the hero's journey. It's why we go to the movies, right? Always such a positive, happy ending in his films. Whether he's in the ring or on the battlefield or behind the camera, he's always bringing the fight. The man means so much to me on so many levels. He truly was a hero to me growing up. I could put, you know, if I was getting picked on, I put on First Blood, live vicariously through Rambo, and you know, that anger would just subside. Or I'd watch Rocky, and I would just have this be like watching with a friend. He was like a best friend that you're going on this journey with. You'd be sick or something, and you'd put Rocky on. It was just so comforting. Right to this day, I could just lay on the couch, put Rocky on, and it's just such a cozy, warm blanket that's just wrapped all over you. He's the biggest action star to me. He's the best action star to me. You know, he just really knows what fans want. There's so much charisma and screen presence with him, just like there is with Arnold, but I think Stallone is the far better actor. And if we're talking about best performances, I mean, obviously, First Blood, the original Rocky, he was fantastic in Copland. Creed, you know, I know he's playing Rocky, but he's playing an old Rocky. He still knows how to jump into that character and give it his best, right? The Tulsa King on TV is pretty fantastic. He's really good in that. I mean, he has done some pretty good performances over the years. Some lousy ones too. He's not great in everything, and I will be the first to admit that. But he's done so much great stuff, and even when he is things are a little schlocky, like the Judge Dredd, something like that, I still completely entertained by him. And you know, just his personal message too of never giving up. You know, the way he takes care of himself, the way he sculpted his body, the way, you know, he writes books on eating right and working out and always be the best version of yourself. That's kind of like his motto. And just the Rocky message is going to live on forever, man. Amazing franchise, amazing actor. I think he's a great writer. And I think he's a good director. You know what I mean? I just love what he did with the Expendables too. This love letter to action fans. I mean, who wouldn't want that, man? Sweet. I just love this guy. Love Stallone. So that is my list, guys. That's my top 10 actors list. But what about you? What are your top 10 favorite actors of all time? Let me know in the comments. We'll have a great, healthy discussion about our top 10 favorite actors. I can't wait to hear your guys' list and the comments and such. Make sure you check out the other guys' videos, Jack, Clayton, and Brian, on their respective channels. They'll all be there in the YouTube description for sure. And this was a lot of fun, guys. Wrapping this up, so go back and watch the top 10 actresses, top 10 directors, and this top 10 actors fills out our little trilogy. So thank you all for watching. This was a blast. My name is Jason. You've been watching Backtrack Cinema. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you in the movies. Cheers.